We are 10 seconds in today's broadcast. Hello, everybody. See that? I can see a fly on here. We'll get this fly. I'm going to spray this fly unceremoniously right here on live TV. Hey, guys. How are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday afternoon. Sometimes I have to stop myself and ask myself what day it is. Today's Tuesday. Thank you for joining me. If you have a few minutes over your lunch break, please pull out your phone and see if we can have a chit chat. See if we can have a brief discussion about this issue. Matt Mwanza. Hello to you, Matt. Hello, Judith. Hi, Manuel, watching you from England. Where in England? Where are you watching us from? Where in England are you watching this broadcast, Judith? Judith Grace Life. What a beautiful name. I love that name. David Walcott. Hello, Mwewa. David Lungu. David Lungu. Hey, boss. David Lungu is a regular on this. Leeds. David Lungu is a regular on this broadcast. Thank you for joining us, David. Leeds. You're watching us from Leeds. You know, I've never been to Leeds. Never have. I don't even know anybody from Leeds. I've heard of it, though. I have. Irene Moore. London is watching. Someone's watching us from Silverest. Matanda. Tolodi. Given in Sama. Hello, Bamwewa. Hello to you. Guys, Richard Wright. Guys, did you know that Richard Wright was born in Leeds, England? Just so you know. Bless you, Richard Wright. Bo Allen. Wolves in the house. Bo, what do you mean wolves in the house? What are you talking about, Bo? A very good afternoon. Joseph Finney. Hey, guys. It's noise, especially those near the airport. Someone's watching us from Yorkshire. Pam Leck is watching us. You're not going to believe this. Pam Leck is watching us from Yorkshire, England. Unbelievable. The things I didn't know till now. Guys, thank you. Thank you for all of you taking the time to listen to me today and to join us today as we discuss this very surprising topic. I must tell you, and I think I speak on behalf of the rest of the world when I say none of us saw this coming. I didn't see it coming. Oh, let me speak for myself. I honestly didn't see this coming. I didn't see the writing on the walls. I didn't notice the signs. If there were signs, I didn't see them. For all intent and purposes, Bill and Melinda Gates were a rock-solid team. I mean, these two guys were the personification of symbiosis. You know what the word symbiosis means? A relationship that is mutually beneficial. When you say to someone, we have a symbiotic relationship, it means we're in a relationship that benefits you and it benefits me. It's not a one-sided relationship. The Bill and Melinda Gates union was the personification of symbiosis. See, now we can no longer say Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I mean, those two words in the past, when you said Bill and Melinda Gates, immediately you said Gates. The following word was foundation. Now All that's changed. We can no longer say that. Now it's Bill and Melinda Gates divorce. Now, of course, please, nobody's gloating here. I'm not gloating. Nobody is celebrating this news. This, in my view, this is a very sad piece of information, very sad news. And it begs the question, what would compel a couple who have been married for 27 years to all of a sudden come up and say, you know what, this is not working. This relationship is simply not gelling. You and I are no longer on the same page. Oh, yeah, notwithstanding that we've been together for 27 years. That can at least be understood, if not condoned. But I have come to the conclusion that after 27 years, I think we should go our separate ways, which I find so unconscionable. I mean, listen to what they said. This is what they said. They said their marriage is irretrievably broken down. Now, when a couple uses the word irretrievably, that means it's done. That means there are no ifs, ands, buts about it. That means there is no reprieve. That means there is no stay of execution. That means it is a done and dusted deal. Close up the shop, throw away the key, and just walk down the street and don't look back. The word irretrievably. You know, to retrieve something means to get something back. You know, there's a dog called the golden retriever. The whole essence of that dog, now please forgive me, I know nothing about canines. I know nothing about dogs. I do have a dog though. He's a Rhodesian Ridgeback. His name is Hunter. He's an awesome guard dog. But I don't know all the intricate details or all the intricate nuances of dogs. But I do know that there's a dog called the golden retriever. And my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, my understanding is that this dog's job is to retrieve things. When you throw something, the dog goes out there and brings it back. It retrieves it. It brings it back. Now, when you say irretrievably broken, it means you can't come back. It means there is no second chance. It means we're done. Let me define it for you here, just in case some of you don't get it. When someone says irretrievably broken down, when a marriage is irretrievably broken down, it means the couple is unable or is simply not willing to carry on living together, and that your relationship has come to a definite end. The finality of that, it's incredible. I mean, here it is. You got Bill and Melinda Gates. You know, Bill Gates met his wife. She used to work for him, you know. I mean, Bill Gates was Melinda Gates's boss. Talk about the workplace romance. I mean, you know, in the early days of Microsoft, Melinda Gates used to work for Bill Gates. And at some point during that period, Melinda Gates and Bill Gates started getting close. I mean, Bill Gates started, you know, sort of liking her. And he asked her out. And initially, she sort of refused his advances. She felt, according to her, she felt that Bill Gates wasn't spontaneous enough. So one day he sort of called her up and said, hey, you and I need to go out, you know. And they started this relationship, eventually got married, built an empire worth $150 billion. Well, the empire's not worth that. Their personal wealth between the two of them is worth $150 billion. Now, this is what I find amazing and interesting about this divorce, this impending divorce. There's no talk about child support. What there is talk about is an equal division of their assets and liabilities and properties and things like that. But can you imagine how expensive this whole process is going to be? Can you imagine Bill Gates now has to start thinking about parting away with multiplicity of multitudinous billions of dollars? And here's the thing, guys. Here's my question. Bill Gates is 65 years old. Melinda Gates is 56 years old. Is she 56? Well, I know Bill Gates is 65. Okay. Bill Gates is basically, he's on the other side of life. Okay. He's on the short side of life. You know, he's not a spring chicken. He's not 17 years old. He's not 25. He is 65 years old. Melinda Gates is in her mid-50s. I imagine she's 56. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But here's my question. If the marriage is truly irretrievably broken down, and then at this stage in the game, at 65 years old, you say, we can't live together, we've tried everything, because if you read the tweet, the joined tweet that they released, because, you know, our friends, they tweet everything, okay? They have to. If all of a sudden Bill Gates wasn't with Melinda Gates, the whole world would say, hey, what's going on? So it is incumbent upon them to communicate their status to the rest of the world, because we're curious. They live very public lives. But here's the thing, guys. You get to 65 years old, from the statement they released, you can tell it was like they're saying, we've tried everything. Nothing is working. But we have decided that we're going to continue working together on mutual goals, namely the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We're going to continue working there. We're going to continue, you know, being friends and things like that. Now, here's the thing. This is my question. Why go through that trouble if you're going to still work together? And you say you still have a few mutual goals that you can work on. Why the heck get divorced that late in the game? Now, guys, it's complicated. It really is. I think it's wrong for older couples to get divorced, because you're in the last moments of your life. I mean, you're lucky if you get 30 good years. You've gone through 27 years of marriage. Was the marriage that unbearable that you couldn't work it out? Guys, I'm not someone to judge. I know every home is different. The dynamics are different. What I think is important may not be so important in another person's relationship. So far be it from me to sit here and judge Bill and Melinda Gates. But on the surface, you ask these questions, you think, well, hey, listen, you guys have got a world full of money, number one. You don't have any real sort of interpersonal difficulties. And you've been married for 27 years. What could be so devastating that it compels you to say, you know what, this is it. This is the last straw. I've had it. I'm out, Bill. I'm out, Melinda. And the very thought that Bill Gates now is a single man, the thought that Melinda Gates is a single woman, it rattles me the wrong way. Now, guys, there are many reasons why people get divorced. Many. In Zambia, I was on the phone with a lawyer friend of mine. I wanted to get the statistics. I have a lawyer friend. I won't mention her name. She's a divorce lawyer. and she has got some horror stories to tell. I mean, she would listen. The stories she would tell you would make your hair curled if it was straight, or make it straight if it was curled. I mean, there's some stuff going on out there, boy. I tell you what, mess you up. Anyway, there are many reasons why people get divorced, but I'm going to go through three. Okay. One of the first reasons, and this is a very important one, the goals don't match. There are people you get with, especially in the courting stage of your relationship, and you can see that this person's going south, I'm going north. But you've got this in your head that no, when we get married, maybe things will change. Set your goals together early. Know who you're marrying. Know who you're marrying, for goodness sake. Don't marry someone and then say, Fiala isova kuntanch. You're setting yourself up for disaster. Know your goals together. Can you see yourself with this person 10 years from now? Is where they're going where you want to go? Okay. If you're planning to, in the next 3 years, move to South Africa because you work for a big banking corporation, and he works for a fertilizer company in Monze, and he says, you know what, I'm moving to Monze. Your goals are not compatible. Discuss that. Make a decision early. And when you make those decisions, stick to them. Don't get married and then start making a big hoo-ha-ha about, well, no, don't do that. Mess you up. Number two, lack of intimacy. Guys, this is a killer. This is a killer. A married couple that is not intimate is in danger of facing a divorce. Now, it's different if you've got a medical condition, but seek help for that. And then do it together. You know, it's different when your partner knows, you know, and I do realize that, you know, people have different sex drives, and you sort of have to gauge yourself, know what works for you two. If you are going through physical difficulties, get help for that if you can. But if you ignore the intimate component in your marriage, that becomes a big problem. You know, it's like money. I was earlier today, I was saying, money isn't everything, but the lack of it is. The moment you don't have money, that becomes the issue. But when you have it, it's not the issue. I mean, look at Bill and Melinda Gates. What, you think they got money problems? No. Money isn't everything, but the lack of it is. The same can be said about intimacy. Intimacy isn't everything, but the lack of it is. The moment it's withdrawn, it becomes the focal issue. So get help for that. Sort that out together. Here's another killer. You ignore each other. Look, every couple goes through arguments, okay? Every couple. But you have to know how to gauge yourself together. You have to know what works. You have to know that when I do this, my partner doesn't like this. But when you have these prolonged periods where you don't talk to your wife, you go home every night at about 2 a.m. You're home by the time you get home, your wife's asleep, and then you leave at 4 a.m. You never see your wife, never see your kids. You're constantly ignoring your partner. That is a killer. That will put a bullet through your marriage faster than you can say molasses. Now, here's my last point. There's a new word out there now, courtesy of Willow Smith. I mean, the word has been around for a while, but I first heard this word from Willow Smith. Are you familiar with this word? Polyamorous? There are people that are polyamorous now, apparently. Polyamorous means you can have more than one person that you truly, truly love. That, you know that old idea that you only have one true love? Well, people that are polyamorous are people that feel, I'm not confined to one true love. I've got 5 true loves, you know. Now, in a marriage setting, there are people that feel, in some marriages, there's some marriages that don't want to be divorced. They say, you know what? That's just too much work. It's a headache. Who wants the aggravation of dealing with a divorce lawyer? Who wants the aggravation of going to court over a divorce? Why can't we just be who we are, but we become polyamorous? You do your thing, I do mine, but we're still married. There are people like that. That's a mess. What I need you to do now, as we talk about this, is I need you to give me a call and tell me what you think about Bill Gates and Melinda Gates's impending divorce. Do you think, and here's the question, do you think it's worth it to get divorced after 27 years of marriage, considering the fact that Bill Gates is 65 years old? Is it worth it? Is it, regardless of the difference he may have had with his wife or vice versa? My question to you, is it worth it to get a divorce after 27 years of marriage? Tell me in the comments below. What is this? This is crazy. Who is this? Look at this guy. Look at this person writing multiple, like sending. This is crazy, man. I'm going to block this user and delete that comment. How do you post the same comment 50,000 times? There's nothing more annoying than that. So give me a call on that number, guys, and tell me what you think. Hello? We lost that call. Guys, call me on that number. The question is, do you think it's worth getting a divorce after 27 years of marriage? Tell me in the comments below, and also give me a call if you'd like to participate. The other thing that I find that helps in a marriage, I heard someone ask, I forget the guy's name now. He's a famous actor. I forget his name. Not Jimmy Kahn. There's another guy. Oh, I forget his name. Anyway, he was on a show and they asked him. They said he'd been married for years. And they asked him, they said, what is the secret to a good marriage? His answer, when I first heard it, first heard his answer many years ago, before I got married. And I remember when I heard it, I was thinking, that's ridiculous. But after I was married for many years, I remembered his answer and I thought, you know what? That's absolutely true. Now, this isn't practical, but I believe it's a big, big help. They asked him, they said, what is the secret to a good marriage? He said, separate bathrooms. When you get married, if at all possible, if you're able to do it, get a him and hers bathroom. Set your house in such a way that your wife has her own bathroom, her own toilet, her own shower, and you have your own bathroom and own toilet, because it saves you the aggravation of irritating each other. That was his answer. What do you think of that? Look at this person. Solely cheat. I'm going to block this person. How do you post 50,000 comments? Okay. Mercy says both want to be genuinely happy the rest of their days. No, there's a thought for you. I mean, who wants to be miserable? You know, even if you are, and I get your point. I see what you're saying. Even if you are 65, what you want is you want to get through the rest of your life and get to the end of your life knowing that you're happy. But this is the thing, though. What gets me is when they say, no, but we'll continue working together and working on mutual goals. So what's the point of the divorce? If you're going to still work together, why don't you just live together, for goodness sake? Bear it. Grin and bear it, honey. Man, this who is this? What is this? What is this kind of troll is this? What kind of trolling is this? Soli Chi has... Talk about trolling. That's just crazy, man. Okay, here's another one. Richard Wright says they've built something very beautiful together, and today they just want it to go away. It was very sad and very hurtful. I agree with that. I was surprised to hear that. I thought, well, why? You know, why? It's crazy. Okay. Look at this Soli Chi. Unbelievable, man. Well, hey, guys. That's all I had time for. It's 13:30. I got to go have my lunch. Have a wonderful day. God bless.